Jesus said, there's a boy that has a lunch. They went and got the boy, he had a lunch, and in that bag he had 2 fish and 5 loaves. They said, how are we going to feed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves? Jesus said, set everybody down in companies by 50, and I'm going to show you how you can make a little bit a whole lot. And as they sat down by companies, Jesus took the bread, and the Bible says that he broke it. Watch this. He broke it. In the Greek, the Bible says that before he broke it, he blessed it. In the Greek, blessed means to speak well of. It comes from a Greek word, eulogeo, which you know as eulogy. When you go to funerals, people do eulogies, and oftentimes they're not speaking well of the people, but that's where that word came from. So, if we take that text, the Bible really says that Jesus spoke well over the bread, and then he broke it. How many of you today have used the power in your mouth to expect to win on tomorrow? The Bible says this, life and death are in the power of the tongue. What does it mean that life and death are in the power of the tongue? Whatever I say out of my mouth, I give power to. So it's up to me to say what I expect. As I deal with athletes, I find one common thing. It's sad to say in this day and time. Something that disturbs me, that I don't think is in this room, but just in case, I want to tap into it. I find that athletes have great talent. They're gifted. That's why you're here at a Division I institution, playing football for one of the premier institutions in America. But I find that there's one problem. They don't have any passion. Passion comes from a Latin word, passios, which means fire. It means to burn. That means coach doesn't have to call you in to watch film. That means you're on time for meetings. That means you're putting in the extra work before it happens. That means on tomorrow, when you get on the field, he doesn't have to jack you up, because anybody that he has to jack up at a Division I level, you don't need to be in. We can play football, but how many people really love the game? How many people sleep, breathe, and eat the game? I mean, on tomorrow, and it's not a rhetorical, I'm glad to see your hands going up, but you would die for the game. I had to ask myself the question, when God called me to pastor, the question I asked myself is, would you lay down your life for Jesus Christ? The answer is yes. I've laid down my entire life. Just the pastor. Because I have passion for what I do. That means I've got fire. Nobody has to wake me up in the morning. I get up every morning at 4:45 a.m. for prayer. Because I have passion for what I do. Where does passion come from? It comes from the fact that I expect to win in my profession. I want you to understand something, gentlemen. As you go in on tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. The coaches will have their minds bombarded with planning. You'll have your mind bombarded with a bunch of things that they tried to get into you during the course of the week, watching film. I remember when I was at the University of Maryland, I used to try to put 2 and 2 together. I tried to remember what's my stance, what's my split, because I was a wide receiver. We ran a run and shoot. Maybe some of you are too young to know what a run and shoot offense is. But we ran a true run and shoot offense, and my position was the R. Have you ever heard of the R? That was a slot. Well, the R had to know every wide receiver's position, plus what the linemen were supposed to be doing in the run and shoot offense. We ran a no huddle. The issue that we ran into as a team is at the University of Maryland, we were a great team. But we had individuals that weren't very passionate about what they did.